This is kind of unintentional. I I was doing some research on uh, uh, I hope it's not one of those days when I can't talk. Folks, I have been doing a bunch of research, okay? And just this morning I came to a realization that it would make it a scene that if I went through all of this, I would, this is how I got to this last page. And I don't know whether I should even take y'all through. I'm going to. Okay. I don't know. Okay, I will. Looking. All right. Let me calm down. I'm studying the human face, and I'm, and it's in caricature, and I'm finding that the smiley face, and I don't mean smiley face, but the face has a happy expression on one side and a sad one on the other. What's something else? I was about the cortex. Oh, I want, well, that's a different subject altogether. Uh, this page had nothing to do with what I was talking about. I don't think this one did either. Oh, I learned a new word. It's called Zoom, and it's where people get on the computer and they have their little pictures right here, and a bunch of people talk to each other. So I thought maybe give me something to point with, my silly finger. If there was like a Zoom and there was two folks that was, playing the music, then we put on our leather or nothing at all, and then let's go to the woods. Let's dance, and the music. Wait a minute, that's an X-rated idea. What am I talking about? Okay, now I got back to the subject. In the beginning, it's a story. The folks were dressed in fig leaves, and the craftsmanship shown on the stone tools would indicate the craftsmanship on stone tools would indicate that the art carved on wood and ivory would be awesome, but those are rotted away. We don't see them. I think among the talents were clothing makers using fiber materials, and leather workers were welcome. They that made no sense at all. That's none of your business. What? Oh, that is that's the title. I wish I could sing, because I have all those words. It's a title to a country song. Why do people migrate? Because his girlfriend lives on the other side of that mountain, so he's going to go over there. Oh, okay. Precision napping. Y'all know that they did that. Well, I have found on the human face, on these stones, that one side is kind of happy looking, and if you turn it around, the other side of this right here is just the opposite. It's almost like theater, like two masks or something. And sometimes when the stone is thick enough that right in the middle, when the stone is turned edge on, excuse me, there's sort of a flat face look human to many of them. But rather than having an eye on this flat face, it'll have a mouth. I hope it'll have this one kind of a big single eye. I've noticed that on several. Now, Anthropology. Folks, I'd like for you to imagine that we're all from a different planet, different solar system. And we're talking about the people of Earth. What makes people happy? Having stuff. So for humans, trade is for humans. Animals, they don't have trade, and because humans know each other as they know themselves, capable of revenge. Now, animals don't, and animals don't have trade. So humans are unique for several reasons. Uh, uh, so well, that don't make sense to me. What? Reach what we have reached. Some may be capable of being a storyteller. Oh, it's the humans. They're cool. Okay. This. Finally, I got to, so I can explain I'm pretty sure. Okay, here we go. Now, when I turn it, when I see a human face, if I would imagine like my eye was a flashlight and I was shining light across on the face on to make a shadow. And as I turn that stone and the nose finds the right place in the shadow. Now, if I can see it this way, I mean, without the flashlight and the shadow and all that, if I can turn the stone slightly until I have the nose in perspective to what they were visualizing, then things really pop out. One thing I found is a lot of these stones with this little peak going back here, it's always flowing away from the face. I mean, as if they're wearing feathers. Okay, we're there. I mean, after the silence, and then the talkies came along, and then John Wayne came along, and he was running through the prairie, and Indians was after him and on horses and feathers out their hair and everything. That's what I saw when I was a kid, so I assumed that was all bull. I mean, Indians didn't wear feathers, but on every one of these stones, it appears that there's lots of feathers. And if these stones are 15, 20,000 years old, then they evidently wore feathers in their hair. I don't know why I had such a big deal about I wasn't going to believe this or that. I don't know. It's in my character. But anyway, that's what I found in these stones. Let me stop for a minute and get a Diet Coke, and then I'll make sense. I promise I'll make sense. Now this is 4 that have been cleaned and buffed and a light glaze of polymer on them. The ones in the back have not been just water hosed off, just straight from the woods. But I can already tell that they have those images with what looks like a feather. And these 4 have been cleaned, and the faces aren't always cartoonish. Even some that's in a cartoon shape are really quite noble looking, but they will have a kind of a flowing back thing like feathers and stuff. And this one is, the image is down in there with the eye right there and the mouth and nose. And this one, I kind of like to think of it as the man in the moon, because that image, his face, is on the other side too. Always look for the eyes. And this one is where's the face? Right there's the face. And you can see where they had made what looks like feathers coming out the back of his head. I can count 3 feathers right there. And this is on both sides. That's the face from that side, and there's the eye right up there. And there's those feathers going back there. And this one has a lot of color left in it. There's orange and brown. There's some a darker color right through here. And that looks like a scorpion. But that's the ones I've cleaned. And I'm going to clean these. But it's really interesting seeing these human images.